What's really good? I am MTV Malik. He is Ace Metaphor. This is 224 The Basement. Yo, Ace, what's really good with you, bro?
I'm fucking tired, bro. Like,
Facts.
I'm fucking tired, fam. Like, I don't like, okay, so we didn't do the joint last week, and like, we know our process for getting ready for these shows and shit. And like, we didn't do any of that really because I feel like we knew what we was going to talk about. I feel like it's pretty obvious this rather large fucking elephant lamping in the room right now that needs to be addressed on several different levels. Um, so before I go into any form of tirade, is there anything that we need to? You sent me an album and a movie. Like you sent me things. We had things to talk about. Um, so let's do that before I spaz, because I fully intend on spazzing.
Oh, so you want to switch up the format and go straight to the movies and music before heading on to our current events and what's going on in the world?
I feel like that would be my game plan. Because the current events, I feel like I feel like if we get into that first, and then like, all right, cool. So about this album, like I feel like it doesn't work. So I just want to let's just yeah.
I got you. All right, let's go ahead and start. First off, what are you drinking today?
Oh, okay. So I'm back on the my strawberry soju. You know what I'm saying? My chum chum.
Where do you even get that
Which
from? Because I've never had it.
okay. So here's the dope thing, right? Apparently, the area that I live in, there is a large Asian community out here, Korean, Japanese, stuff like that. So my local ABC store, because liquor stores around here are government owned, not privatized.
Hmm.
My local ABC store already carries soju. They carry like Suntory whiskey and stuff like that. This, my friend and I special ordered so many times that it's just now a regular item in our local store. So
Changing the world for good.
change,
I see you.
trying to do it, and then as backup, my Sapporo
Okay.
premium beer. So
No,
you
no, I,
know,
I think you meant to say Sapporo.
I didn't. That's not what I meant to do. Not at all.
That's not how you say it?
that nah. That's how you can say it. That's not how you say
I got you. Well,
it.
I am on Captain Morgan and Diet Coke, which is funny because I hardly ever drink like liquor during the day. And like, I still got shit to do today. So
Right.
that should be fun. But let's go ahead and start with something easy. Let's go ahead and start
Let's do it.
with our review of DaBaby's album, Blame It On Baby.
Right.
Why don't you kick it off?
So I'm going to be super duper honest with you. This is the second album suggestion that you gave me that I could not finish.
You know, you didn't want to listen to it in the first place.
I really didn't. Like, I really, really did not want to listen to it off top. I put it on, and I put it on while I was drinking because I was like, okay, this is clearly the right vibe for what I'm about to get into. It didn't help. It didn't help. I, I get. I tried, bro. I really did. I want you to know that.
All right, I believe you gave it a fair shake. What are your biggest critiques on this project out?
Well, one of my problems with him, and I want to hold. Let me make sure I got the song list here because I want to see exactly where I stopped. Um. Okay, I got pretty far actually. I didn't even realize that, but I got pretty far. I got to Rockstar. I got to Rockstar. Right. That's the seventh track with Roddy Rich. Right.
Okay.
My problem is, and I don't think this is his fault, but this shit just wasn't made for me. Like this type of music, this type of vibe, this sound, like it's just
I get it. It just didn't click with you.
yeah, like this I don't expect any artist to get in the booth and be like, yo, Ace, I'm about to make this song for him. Like, no, fuck me. Who am I? But like, as a consumer of music, like, there's gonna be certain shit that is going to speak to me, and it's not even just about the sound, because I don't particularly fuck with a lot of the new mainstream hip hop sounds and stuff like that. But like, nothing here clicked for me personally. Nah. It's a pass for me.
I got you. For me, I didn't feel the same way. I like DaBaby. I really liked the first album, but I was disappointed this time around. Mainly,
Really?
it wasn't even DaBaby's fault. It's just that I found another album that I loved so much. I was just mad I even picked this album. I was like, oh my god.
Oh shit.
And I'm gonna save it for my turn after this week. It is you're gonna love it. When I tell it to you, yeah.
Fuck yeah, okay, cool.
I like DaBaby. The biggest thing that people get on him is that he always has the same flow. And here he tried to switch it up, especially on the Blame It on Baby track, which led to like disastrous results. The singles are pretty okay. The one with Roddy Ricch, Rockstar, is obviously the shining star on it. I think he did well on Sad Shit and Find My Way. Try to switch it up a little bit. But overall, the same flow got tiresome. There was nothing really crazy about the beats. The song with Megan Thee Stallion was cool. It was real nasty and shit. Okay, we get that. But overall, as an overall project, I found it really, really underwhelming. Not stepping outside of its comfort zone. And it's a cool listen in the car, but I'll keep it pushing after that. I think we're done talking about DaBaby. Let's go ahead and talk about the movie, though.
I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you.
Come on.
I got an hour. Okay, no. This one though, I can go into all of the detail as to why. Like, I got an hour and 30 minutes into this movie, and I could fucking not anymore. I just could fucking not. Okay, y'all don't know. We're talking about Uncut Gems, starring Adam Sandler, right?
That's
yes. Right. The whole movie is just what did they want from me is my question. Like, he's not a sympathetic character because he's a piece of shit who creates terrible situations in his own life. Okay. I can't even imagine what the fucking ending would be. There's no way there's a fucking happy ending to this story, which I just did not have the mental capacity to deal with right now. I can say, however,
you didn't finish it?
Fuck no, I didn't finish it. The shit, it was horrible. And I don't mean artistically horrible. I mean just the shit going on in the movie was fucking horrible. I could not deal with that shit. I can say the one thing that I loved about the movie is it is an excellent example of showing and not telling. There is no fucking exposition in this movie at all. Either you pay attention to what's going on, or you have no idea why shit is happening. And that I can, like, the relationship between him and his wife, they don't say like, oh, we're getting divorced, or show you like a shot of divorce papers on the table. You can tell by the conversation that they're having that shit's on the table right now. You see him with his side piece. There was a scene where these two dudes just run up on him on the street and they're like, yo, you owe us X amount of money, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, it gives you so many examples of how fucked up his life is without ever having to tell you like, oh, he's a man who's down on his luck and he owes this guy this much money. Like, they treat you like an adult. And I definitely appreciated that.
So this movie was made by the Safdie brothers, who made Good Time with Robert Pattinson. Now, I didn't see that movie, but I heard a lot of good things about it. And I guess that this style of filmmaking is their thing. This may have been one of the most hectic, stressful movies I've ever seen in my fucking life. I mean, the kind of pacing and tone is usually reserved for fucking horror movies. So
that's a good comparison, yes.
Yes, everything is just confusion and people over talking each other. It was fucking stressful. So at that point, I didn't realize, am I watching masterful filmmaking, are they intentionally trying to stress me the fuck out? Because I was thoroughly stressed out watching this movie. And I later on decided that it was excellent filmmaking because that's his life. Stressful, fast paced, people talking over each other, a whole bunch of shit, in the background. And it was really, really stressful. And it did make for a tough watch. And the moment, and I'm so sad, I'm so disappointed you didn't finish it because there is a moment of relief when it's finally it's like you're holding your breath the whole time this movie is going on, and when you finally get to take a breath, it is fucking heartbreaking.
Does he fucking die? Because I can't imagine a different ending. Oh, okay, all right, you're gonna be that guy. That's fine. I don't know. That's fine,
dude. Finish the movie. Finish the movie.
Google the ending before I fucking finish this movie, bro.
Just watch it. Because all of that stress leads to this big gulp of air that you've been dying on. And it is just the worst gulp of air. It's like you finally get to breathe fresh air, but somebody farted. or somebody took a shit.
That's what I expected. Yep. That's what I expected of this fucking ending. Like, there's no catharsis here. There's nothing. There's nothing to be had here. You are following a main character that is a piece of shit.
Yes, he is.
There's no good to come of that. Like, oh, fucking shit, man.
Yeah,
that was
one hell of a movie. I suggest it to anybody. This is some of the best Adam Sandler I've seen since Punch Drunk Love or something like that. Like, I can see why people were saying that this is the movie that Adam Sandler finally wins an Academy Award for, because he has not done just about anything to win an Academy Award for.
No, I could definitely see that for this. Like, he reached deep for this shit.
Yeah, he did. And the supporting cast was great too. I think Kevin Garnett did a real good job playing himself.
He did, yes. Oh man, that was fun to see. Like, I believe the shit out of him.
Right. These are facts. So that's it for movies and movies. That's it for movies and music. Let's go ahead and jump into what we really want to talk about. Now, the week started off with just another lady calling the cops on a black man. And about how much I love going through social media, exposing these people, emailing their schools and their jobs. And that's really what it was going to be about. And then the
world set on fire.
Yeah, George Floyd.
Yeah.
So, my thing that I've been doing the most is, I went to the Savannah protest. I am still, this is what I do in my free time. Like, sometimes, people's free time, they read, they bowl or do some shit. I go and email people's deans and jobs and anything to expose racists, because it is just the most fun thing to do in the whole entire world.
That shit rewarding.
But so much has happened since then. Let me just get your overall take on current events. Being for the fact that you have a unique point of view because you are in fact a African-American Negro male.
I am one of those. Yeah, go figure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You're a piece of shit. So here's the thing. It is affirming. It is somewhat heartwarming to see so many people around the world supporting what is happening right now. The protests, there's people donating, there are, you can see it all over social media and everything, and that is awesome. I'm still tired though. Like, because for me, this is life. This is just life. This is very shocking and very new and very enraging to a lot of people who maybe didn't know or maybe weren't paying attention. But to me, unfortunately, this was just another situation that we've seen hundreds of thousands, millions of times before. And my only concern, that is a fucking lie. I have 1,000 different concerns. But in the top 5 of my concerns is that we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to do the same thing that happened with the Occupy Wall Street movement. We're going to do the same thing that happens with any other, issue of the week, where everyone's all rah-rah about it, and then something else happens. And then, whatever, we're good now. That we cannot allow that to keep happening. You do not get real lasting change from short attention span. I need motherfuckers to stay on their job, to donate money, to continue to have real, uncomfortable conversations until real change fucking happens. Because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of black people out there. They are protesting. They are doing their thing, but they're tired. They are fucking exhausted because we've been doing this shit. So we need people of all races, cultures, countries, whatever, get in on this shit and stay in on this shit. Don't just fucking jump shit when the NBA season starts again and you're like, all right, cool, now we watching basketball now. Nah, fuck that. This needs to continue. This needs to not stop. That is paramount on my mind right now in regards to the shit that's happening.
I 100% agree with you. My favorite thing out of your little rant there was make people uncomfortable. People are way too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear people say, oh, yeah, it's really messed up, but they shouldn't be destroying property. Well, what the fuck should we be doing? Because, Kaepernick tried kneeling. He don't got a job. Martin Luther King preached nonviolence. Y'all shot him in the face.
They shot that motherfucker.
Yeah, Malcolm X preached black independence. Y'all shot him. So what exactly should we be doing? You don't got the answers. And I'm not saying that I do. But it keeps happening over and over again. Right now, it does feel like Black Lives Matter have a lot of momentum, something we haven't seen since the Trayvon days. And now people aren't just expressing their anger. And they're not just calling for change. They're demanding it. Demanding it. And you're going to and some people out there are going to feel real uncomfortable about it. And I'm okay with that. People should feel uncomfortable about it, about what's been going on.
Absolutely.
And the crazy astonishment that I have is how people are still not fucking getting it. Oh, what happened to George Floyd was really bad, but they shouldn't be rioting and looting. The fuck should we be doing? Peaceful protesting?
Can we talk about that for a second?
Absolutely.
Can we talk about these riots? Because if you look at what's really happening, if you look at who... Not to say that there are no black people looting. No, we're not going to do that. But
I see white people out there looting too.
Thank you. Let's stop acting like everyone out there is about the cause, because they're not. Do not tie people who are out there peacefully protesting, actually doing something for the cause. Don't tie them into these fucking anarchists who are just out there trying to see the world burn, who are just trying to instigate more terror. That's not what this is fucking about. Those people, and you can see there are videos of protesters in DC catching one of these people trying to destroy property, handing him over to the police. And if you look at the protests in Santa Cruz, nothing happened. That shit was peaceful as fuck. Cops out there, people out there, everybody talking, everybody having a real reasonable dialogue. That's what this is really about. Do not let these people out here fucking up people's property and shit like that distract you from the fact that the majority of these people out there are out there for real change. And that always needs to be the focus.
Exactly. I was at the Savannah protest. It was 100% peaceful. Peaceful as shit. And people held it down. The fact of the matter is, there's going to have to be legitimate change. There's going to have to be things like civilian oversight for police.
Yes.
Because that's one of the biggest things. Because people love to bring up, black on black violence, da-da-da-da. But the police have to be held accountable. They have to be
Yes.
charged. They have to be found guilty when it is apparent. The George Floyd video is one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. I grew up in a time of the internet where shit like Rotten.com was out there, you know? And it is
Banned
disturbing.
From TV and shit.
Exactly. To watch a man murdered slowly over 9 minutes of video. It is such a tough watch. And you know, and you got to explain this. You know, I got children I got to explain this to. Why this is happening.
Right.
So.
This shit ain't, honestly, this shit ain't easy, man. Like, and.
Let's talk about some people who got this moment wrong. That's going to be my dude, Drew Brees.
Let's
start with Drew Brees.
Oh, yeah. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, so Drew Brees is doing this interview. He decides, somebody asked him about what's going on, and they ask about Kaepernick. And basically, you know, now everybody's fighting about, and Kaepernick, you know, was kneeling because of this. And then he goes into the same year-old spiel about how he doesn't respect anybody disrespecting the flag. And as black people, we all know what that is. We're just sitting around like, who the fuck said anything about the military?
No one's talking about the flag.
Nobody was talking about the military.
Military.
Exactly.
Nothing.
It is used as a blanket to mute the message that this person is trying to give. And then Drew Brees comes out apologizing. Oh, I misread it. I fucked up. But my issue with it is, I don't buy it. Not from Drew Brees. One, you're not dumb. You know what's up. Two, I flat out refuse to believe that you didn't have this conversation with the other black people on your team about what this movement means, about what this peaceful protest meant. And here you are distorting it for millions and millions of people. That's why I don't buy your apology, because you knew better. Motherfucker, you live in New Orleans. You know what time it is.
Nah. See, not that I accept his apology, but the reason I don't accept it is different. I honestly, truthfully, I don't think he got it. I really think that he thought this was an issue with the flag. No, I don't think he talked to any of his teammates. And I say that because if you look at his teammates' reactions on social media, no one said, come on, Drew, we talked about this. No one said, yo, you know, we already explained this. Everyone was just disappointed because they never knew how he felt. They never had these conversations before this moment in time. But and when he made that apology,
on the black players, though, it is not their responsibility. One thing that I hate so much is people just like,
it's not.
Oh, sorry, I was ignorant. Sorry, I was racist. I didn't know. Fuck you.
You didn't ask.
Fuck you. Listen, I am not an 11th grade teacher. This is not my job to teach you about how we've been fucked up. I'm not teaching you shit. Fuck you. You should know better. The information is out there. Educate your goddamn self. Or seek education. It is not on us to educate you.
And this is exactly my issue when it comes specifically to Americans. Because you got the same number of generations in here that I got. My family, my uncle, my mother, they did like the whole Ancestry.com thing and all of that. Bruh, we've been here for a minute. Like, so my family got years in here. You know where it got lost? It got lost in this little thing called slavery. So we've been here for a fucking minute. So if I know what the fuck is going on, you should know what the fuck is going on. Now, if you chose not to see it, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
You are 100% right. You chose not to see it. You didn't give a fuck. The reason why people like that can vote for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump isn't going to affect their shit. It is not going to affect their life in a negative way. You couldn't give a fuck. I tell people all the time, hey, just say you don't give a fuck about us and keep it pushing. And that's really what time it is.
Be honest. Just be honest.
People just like, oh,
the thing that bothers me. No, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, people just say like, oh, I wish things could go back to the way they was because it was easy for you. And like you said earlier, it's time to make some people uncomfortable.
And this is the whole thing that bothers me about, America being the police of the world. We're far too hypocritical to police any fucking body. You can't tell another country like, oh, you're in violation of human rights and this, that, and the third. You're violating the fuck out of people's rights on an everyday basis in your own country. You have your president talking about how he wants to throw out an entire race of people and then put up a wall so they can't get back in. This is the kind of shit our current sitting fucking president wants to do. The son of immigrants is telling other immigrants that they can't fucking live here. And people voted for this piece of shit.
That's America in a nutshell.
Fucking wowing. Absolutely fucking wow. An entire country of, I swear for God, I cannot imagine how it feels to be a Native American. I can't fucking imagine. Because if anyone on this fucking planet deserves to be more pissed off than us, it's them. And if they had the numbers and they decided that they wanted to start a revolution, God damn it, I'd throw my life on the line for them. Because shit, bro.
I really like that word revolution. You know, you got a lot of people out there like, oh, violence never solved anything. Like, really? This whole country was found on extreme violence as the Native Americans.
Well, like, look, two things in the history of the world have ever created change. You either affect somebody's pocket or you take their head off. That's it. Those are the only things that have ever created real lasting change. Oh, well, Martin Luther King was peaceful. Yeah, that boycott fucked up a lot of people's pockets. That's why shit changed. Oh, well, Mahatma Gandhi, he was peaceful.
Yeah, let's not forget
Same
that
shit.
After his murder, and there was a lot of rioting afterwards, was things enacted.
Come on, man. Facts. Pockets and heads. That's it. Those are the only two things that change fucking anything. And honestly, like, I
wanted to ask you, what do you think is the first step that this country has to take to see significant change? And I'm tired of hearing I'm so fucking tired of hearing like, we just have to start a discussion about. Nah, come on, fam. This discussion has been happening. Fuck the discussion. It's time for some action. What do you think is? Right. What do you think is a good first step? Good first step, or a good first immediate action to see some change?
Okay, so a good immediate action would be, excuse me, an immediate police reform. I saw online how people were. There's an 8-step plan, 8 different pieces of legislation that they want to introduce when it comes to officers. And I wish I had screenshotted or something.
Yeah, if you find it, send it to me. I would love to see it.
No, absolutely. But basically it was like certain steps, not just for the sake of transparency, but also for the sake, like, outlawing, cops cannot shoot at moving vehicles, making chokeholds illegal, changing because police officers have a process. They have a procedure that they follow. You need to change whatever the fuck that procedure is. And I say whatever that procedure is because as citizens, we're not privy to that information, even though we're the ones who may accidentally do something that doesn't fit into their procedure, and that'll get us fucking murdered. So there's like fuck. Yeah, I'll definitely send it to you when I find it, and you can definitely post it to the LWC Twitter and all of that shit, because to me that was the most concrete immediate action that could be taken. It is something that police need to be retrained, they need to be re-educated, and we need to stop allowing motherfuckers like this prick. I'm not even saying his fucking name. This prick who killed George Floyd had 17 fucking uh uh not comments,
Like
um
citations.
citations, yeah, against him. Like, why the fuck was he on the street? And he already had a fatal killing on his record. Now we don't even, and that's the thing, that's the matter of transparency. We don't know what that situation was. That could have been a cover up for an unjust killing. It could have been a, they might have deemed it a righteous kill or something acceptable, but that doesn't mean that it was. So why the fuck was he policing the streets with all of this shit on his record? He shouldn't have been out there, and the community had no fucking idea.
Mm-hmm. And when a black man is murdered, one of the things they love bringing up is, oh, his record. Oh, he did this in the past. He was in adult movies. He was arrested 6 years ago for this. But when it was all said and done, the money that he was using wasn't counterfeit. He wasn't in the commission of a crime. There's no reason for this man to have been murdered in the way that he did. But I agree with you about those steps. For me, mine is a little bit more simpler with police reform. It should be civilian oversight of the people they are policing. Civilian oversight. Get some black people in there. Get some people of the community. Get these people to judge if these cops' actions are right or wrong. Because letting them continue to police themselves has not
Ain't working
and is not working at all.
Yeah.
At all. So that's our side of this dialogue. This fucking dialogue. I fucking hate that shit so much. We got to continue to keep having the conversation.
I have one more point. One more point. As someone who is a fan of international music, specifically Japanese and Korean music, I want to say this. If you profit from hip hop, whether it is your style, whether it is your dance, whether it is rapping, your instrumentals, whatever it is, if you are profiting from hip hop and you don't fucking say anything, just know we will never forget that. Now, I know that your industries are a little different over there. I understand that, labels have a level of control over their artists that we as Westerners cannot even imagine. But if not the artists, we're definitely going to remember them fucking record labels that did not allow their artists to speak out when it fucking mattered. So, to all my K-pop fans out there, my J-hip-hop fans and shit like that, I want y'all to keep a close eye on your favorite artists. I want you to keep a close eye on your favorite labels and see who does say something, who does donate, who does make an effort, and who doesn't. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm fucking watching.
As we all are. The people who aren't stepping up, the people who aren't saying anything, they are getting called out, and they need to continue to do so. The reason why the NFL was one of the last people to this party speaks fucking volumes. Your silence speaks volume. We're all watching. We're not going to forget.
Absolutely.
So, make sure you visit thechallengegear.com. Pick up all of your customizable challenge gear. Make sure you follow us at lwcpodcast.com. Follow me on Twitter. I am at MTV Malik. Follow Ace on
Ace Metaphor on Instagram. Ace of Spades 1245 on Twitter.
Thank you guys for listening to us. Hopefully we can keep dialogue like this going. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Talk to you guys later. We out.
Peace.